week. Multi-trillionaire May, good to see you. Hey, Freedom, what's going on? Good to see everybody. Let me know where you're checking in from. Give a shout out to your hometown or wherever you may be. Multi-trillionaire, I am doing well. Thank you so much. Lee 92, long week, huh? Yes. Listen, sometimes we have those. Hopefully, you get a chance to kick back, relax, refresh yourself. Jacob, what's going on? Thanks for sharing your name. But yeah, hopefully you get a chance to relax. Texas, but born in Jersey, St. Louis. Good to see everybody checking in. Thanks so much. All right, today, it's a good Friday. Today's been a productive day for me. I hope it's been the same for you. Mary T, good to see you, girl. Arizona, good to see you. So today's been a pretty exciting day for us. Why do I say us? Because my dreams are oftentimes connected to you in the ways that I think about making a greater impact on your life, to encourage you, to build you up. Alberta, Canada, that's what's up. Um, Fatima, what's up? And so today I've been making some calls to some different resort locations and having some conversations with some people, working on some life advance conferences. Right? I don't call them retreats, because when I think retreat, I think go backwards. And so talking about moving forward, we have life advance conferences, life advance summits. I've been telling you this year is going to be a greater year of greater impact. So I'm thinking life advance summits, conferences, both online, the virtual ones, but also moving into those conferences and summits where we get together physically. So having some live events as well and beginning to build that way. So I've been making calls today just to let you in on it. So if you are a person that prays, you know how to pray. And if you're a person that believes in faith and a person that is encouraging, then however you believe, if you want to send some positive vibes my way, listen, do it, because this is what we're believing for. So I'll give you a little sneak peek into where. So I've made calls today into, hey, Miss Shalene, made calls into New York State, and also into making calls into Colorado. Have some calls in Texas that'll be planned, because here's my thought. Oftentimes when we do summits and conferences and things, you might have one location where they're being held. But my thought is, if it can make travel easier for people, then it's easier for me to travel to go one place. It's easier for one person to travel to a certain location than it is to get a lot of people to travel to other locations. So I'm looking for a few different partners across the United States, where we could get together and have our live summits. And so that's what my thought process has been. And that's what I'm looking for places that are going to allow us to have really all-inclusive type events, where we can do some physical activities and of course do life coaching and breakout sessions and trainings and teachings and development. And so this is what the vision is, and this is, I'm excited about it. And like the message for tonight, what I was thinking about was dream bigger. Dream bigger. Ossifer, good to see you. Is that Libby Joe? Good to see you. Thanks for being here. So dream bigger. Why? Because it's possible. That's it. Let's not even get super deep about it. Dream bigger because it's possible. Dream bigger. Something else is possible. There is something possible. And what I realized was, if I don't dream outside of my comfort zone, what I've been doing, then all I'll ever know is what I've been doing inside my comfort zone. But when you begin to stretch, when you begin to dream bigger, what happens is you begin to place a demand on the environment that's around you. One of the things that I say is this: substance awaits the demand of the I am within you. When you begin to realize who you are, when you begin to pronounce, I am this, and because I demand this, because I am capable, I am strong enough, I am worthy, I am powerful enough, I am smart enough, I am creative enough. When you start to tap into your I am and who you are, I am a leader, I am a coach, I am a trainer, I am a conference leader, I am a conference speaker, I am a conference host. I can bring together other powerful people and other creative minds and other teachers and other leaders, other educators. I can do this. I can do this. I don't have to just wait to be invited to someone's conference. No, I can put together a conference too. I can put together summits. I can do this. I am capable. And guess what happens? When you start to realize that you're capable, you start looking differently. You start looking at the world differently. So I said, listen, the last few years I've been doing certain things. I said, it's time to go to another level. The pandemic has been what it's been, but life is continuing to go on. So guess what? Now it's time. Time to go to another level. It's time to dream bigger. It's time to put into place those thoughts. Let's get these conferences set up. Let's talk to some hotels. And you know what's going to happen? I'm just going to tell you. I'm going to go ahead and just tell you because this is what I believe. I believe that as I move forward, taking action with what I have, what it's going to do is it's going to gain momentum, and then it's going to continue to grow outside of what I'm capable of doing. So you have to dream bigger than yourself, because if you only dream within your own capabilities, you're only going to be as big as you are. You're only going to be able to go as far as you can go. So here's what I'm thinking. There's greatness in the community. There's greatness in the connection. And guess what? If I can dream bigger, then I create more opportunities. So you already know, the bigger, the more these conferences and summits take place, what it's going to do, the demand is going to be, hey, we need event planners. Hey, we need people that are decorators. Hey, we need people that can handle merchandise and apparel and set up. In my mind, I already see it. I already see bags and paraphernalia and welcome gifts. And I already see that we're going to need a welcome team. And so we need a team that's going to welcome people in, and hospitality teams. Listen, I already see it. I already know it. So that's beyond me. I can't shake every hand, but there's somebody who said, I'm just waiting for a chance. I don't need to put it together. I just want to be a part of something. I can do my part. I can be I can be on this hospitality team. Someone is waiting for a chance. This is why, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. This is why I need to lean forward in my chair on this one. This is why it is so important for you to tap into your gift. Because as you tap into your gift, as you tap into your ability, as you tap into what you can do, what it's going to do is not only make space for you, but in your overflow, it's going to open up opportunities for someone else. Here's what it is. Here's how this happens. So you say, well, all I do is bake cookies. You know I like cookies. You would think I'm like a foodie. I really don't eat a whole lot. But guess what? Yes, I can bring Cinderella slipper. Yes, that's what we need, right? So here's what we do. So as you say, listen, I bake cookies. That's great. I bake cookies. But as you bake cookies, you know what you do? You place a demand. As you start to dream bigger, you say, not only do I want to have cookies and people just walk into the kitchen and eat them, I want to package these cookies. I want to get them into stores. I want to be able to send them out overseas to people that need some comfort food. So I need something bigger. And as I get a package, now I need somebody that can deliver this. And as I get somebody to deliver this, I need somebody that's going to create some branding. I need somebody that's going to create a website. I need somebody that's going to do my marketing. I need somebody that's going to do sales. I need somebody that's going to do the accounting. See, your gift opens up space for someone if you would only dream bigger. So now I'm dreaming. I'm dreaming of the accountant. I'm dreaming of the lawyer. I'm dreaming of the event planner. I'm dreaming of the person that handles the AV. I'm dreaming of the person that does the recordings. I'm dreaming of people being interviewed. I'm dreaming of the academy when people graduate and how we're going to have ceremonies. And I'm dreaming. See, there are a lot of schools and universities in the world, and they have apparel. And sometimes, they have merchandise and they have their books and they have what causes people to be associated with them. I graduated from North Carolina A&T. I love my college. I love my university. I love having the apparel. I love being connected. And see, I think we need that still in life. Whether or not you've gone to a 4-year university, a 2-year university, if you dropped out of college or high school or whatever, when you're a part of something, I believe, oh no, you got to have some apparel. That's why you always see me, my stuff labeled up, Cinderella Strong, right? Why? Because I think there's something to it. There's something to when you're on a team. Every team that I've ever been on, we always had uniforms and we connected. And so you start dreaming. This is where you dream bigger, because when you dream bigger, it opens up something else for you. Right? Because I'm moving. I can't wait. I don't know how much time. I feel a sense of urgency as it pertains to time. This thing called time has really created a sense of urgency for me, because you just don't know how much time. And I, for one, and hopefully you feel the same way, I'm not taking my stuff to the grave. I can't. I'm not taking the ideas. I'm not taking the dreams to the grave. So Brian, and I've been saying this, and this is, so I had to have this conversation with myself over the past several years, 7, 8 years, as I processed coming out of a divorce and giving up on my hopes and dreams, and one point wanting to die and being depressed and all that stuff. I had to decide, well, what are you going to do, man? What are you going to do? Are you dying here, or are you going to live? So I choose to live. And I say, okay, so you're living, you're doing great. But can you live more abundantly? Yeah. You can live more abundantly, which means now you got to make another transition. There's something else. You got to get around some different people, start having some different conversations. And so now, over the past several years, the people that I've been around, my mentors, my coaches, they say things like, no, you got to put together a conference, man. You got to put together some summits. You have to put this together. This is not optional. You got to do this. You have a moral obligation to serve on a greater level. I'm going to tell you something. Today, I was in conversation and communication with one of the greatest speakers of the last few generations. Reaching out to him, talking to him, right? Because he has years and years, been all over the world, impacted millions and millions and millions of people. And so since I have a chance to communicate with you, I'm going to communicate with you because I want to know what you know. And if you are willing to pour into me, I want to know what you know. And if I get what you get, I got to turn around and give it, because that's the only way this thing works. There's no reason for somebody to pour into your cup if you're not going to pour out of your cup. And so listen, guess what? I've been dreaming for a while about events at Disney. I've been dreaming about that. I said, when I started my program, my company, I said, listen, we are going to have the largest parade in the history of Disney World. They're going to shut down Main Street, and we're going to have a parade of lives that have been changed. So that won't happen without taking some action. Where people who thought, well, I've never been included, I've never been a part of anything. One thing I knew is, I was like, well, I can build a sisterhood of strength. A sisterhood of strength, right? Like, you go to college and there might be sororities and all that. No, this is sisterhood of strength, because every woman has the power to change her life. I'm like, I believe this. And so as a man, I was like, listen, I love being able to fight that way, to see sisters built up. I have a mom. I have a sister. I have daughters, right? I have friends. I'm like, I've been that guy. I'm like, I want that. I want that. I want that parade. I see that parade, right? I see the parade. Can you see it? Cinderella Strong going down Disney, going down Main Street. At first it was a dream in my mind. It was just a dream. And it was a weird dream. A dude that created a sisterhood. I say it like this: I'm a brother that created a sisterhood. But guess what? What started off as a silly dream, it started off as kind of like, well, that's weird. How's that a vision? It won't die. It just keeps, Like I thought, okay, maybe I missed it. Maybe I need to let go of this dream. Maybe I need to let go of this hope, this aspiration. Maybe it was just me kind of thinking of something, but I was kind of off. But it won't die. It just keeps coming back. It keeps growing. It keeps developing. And I'm like, wait a second. No, there is a need. I'm just talking, right? I'm excited. So I was on the internet yesterday and I was looking up women's conferences, right? Wanting to be a women's conference speaker. And as I'm scrolling through, I saw a lot of women. I saw one man in all of the conference pages I looked up. Simon Sinek, I think his name is. I saw him, one guy. And I said, there's space for me. Why? Because no matter what anybody else talked about, I have a different experience. There's space for me. There's space for my message. There's space for my encouragement. There's space for the way that I do it. See, once you start dreaming bigger, you realize this. Oh no, there's space for me. Right? You don't start, you no longer discount yourself. Now you're starting to say, no, my gift will make room for me and bring me before great people. See, I believe my gift will make room for me and bring me before great people. That's the only reason that we are here right now, because my gift has made room for me in your day and has brought me before your greatness. You are great, and I acknowledge you as such. My gift. You're not here because I'm cute. My gift brought me before you to encourage you, to strengthen you, to lift you up, to empower you, to encourage you, to dream bigger. Your gift makes room for you and brings you before those that are great. And so I'm dreaming of something. I'm dreaming of something. I'm just giving a little free talk, a little free-minded talk is the things that I think about when I'm online and I'm looking for property. Hundreds. I start off every search at 500 acres. Every search starts at 500 acres and it just goes up there. Why? Because I know I want to build homes. I want to build a resort facility, a resort destination place. I want homes where someone can say, you know what? I need a place. I need a place of peace. I need a place to be restored. I see it, right? I live in Pennsylvania, and there's this place in Pennsylvania called Hershey, Pennsylvania. And it's named after a man named Milton Hershey. You probably know him. You've probably eaten a Hershey bar or seen Hershey's Kisses. Hershey is this man's name. But in this place in Hershey, Pennsylvania, he developed an orphanage and school for kids. Yeah, it's the sweetest place on earth, Hershey, Pennsylvania, right? The Hershey factory is there, and they have this place, and he was investing in children's lives and taking care of children in this place. And so in the last, I don't know, probably 10 years ago, I had a VHS. It was a VHS. Let you know how old this is. There's a VHS tape that I have. Oh, I might have it. It's somewhere. I have it around here. I don't even have a VHS player anymore, but I have the VHS tape cassette. And on this VHS, it talks about how he built and bought this land, Hershey, Pennsylvania. And so as I heard his dream and how it unfolded, it sparked more in me. And I started to think, you know what? What he did for children, that's what I want to see for women. Why? Because growing up, I would sit and have conversations with women that would say, I'm stuck in a situation with this man. I don't want to be married to him anymore, but I don't have anywhere else to go. And there were reasons. Somebody might be abusive. They may not have enough money. So let me just tell you, when you hear me talk about what I talk about, it's because of there's a background story of lives that have been spoken, lives that have spoken into my hearing about their existence. That's why I believe women need to be empowered financially. Because I listen to a lot of women say, I would leave this situation if the money wasn't an issue, if I had somewhere else to go. So for me, I'm like, I will learn whatever I need to learn. If I need to, I went and learned how to make shirts. I've learned how to do all kinds of things. So I could go back and tell a sister, hey girl, I can look, You can make some t-shirts. I can show you how to do that. I can show you how to do some online marketing. I can show you how to find your vision. I can show you how to find your unique voice. What, you want to produce a book? I can show you how to get your book done. What, you want to make a podcast? I can show you how to make a podcast. Because if that's the ticket that you need to get out of your situations, then guess what? I'm go all in for you. And for me, I can't downplay that because I don't know how much time is left. Sometimes I feel like Martin Luther King when he says, I may not get to the mountaintop. And that's just a reality. But whatever it may be, I'm not leaving anything on the inside. And so I got to encourage you while I have the time, while there's a microphone, while this internet stuff works, I got to say what I got to say because maybe it'll be the thing that you need to hear so that you dream bigger. And maybe it'll be the thing that causes you to dream bigger and then reach out to someone else. Because you have a gift that someone needs. Multi-trillionaire May says, I'm learning how to fix credit. Guess what? People need credit repair. And so as we dream bigger, watch how this thing happens. As we dream bigger at Cinderella Strong University, then guess what we have? We have credit repair specialists that teach the course. We have entrepreneurial classes that teach the class. Why? Because you need a way out. You listen. You desire to be powerful. And everything is right about that. You know what I was thinking about the other day? You know what money is? Money is an option. Money gives you the freedom to have options. That's why you need it. You need to have options. My mom was telling me the other day, she said there was this woman that was on the side of the road and she said she had a couple kids and she was going through and she's fell upon some rough times. And I was thinking about this woman as I heard my mom. My mom said, I gave her some money and then I went home, but then I went back and I gave her some more. And she said, my mom was trying to figure out, she's processing how I can give this woman an opportunity. I heard it in my mom's voice. She said, I'm trying to figure out how to give this woman an opportunity for her to be able to work. She's trying to process it, trying to figure it out. Why? So that this woman can have money in her pocket. Why? So that the woman can have options. That's what it is. The power to choose. See, I believe we put everybody's bank account is full. Then you're going to really choose. Do I really want to be in this relationship or not? Do I really want to live where I'm living or not? It's different. It's different when you're deciding based upon what you really like. Yeah, I really want this. Like, it's different when you get to choose what kind of I want that doctor. I want to drive that car. I want to live in that neighborhood. I want to be able to write this kind of check to help that person. I want to be able to do this to impact the world. This is why you got to dream bigger. You need to dream outside of your budget. Absolutely. Dream outside of your budget. The lady I was talking to today in New York, she says, you please come up. I would love to give you a tour, let you do a food tasting, see the facilities. Because she wants me to be there. My dream now has activated her imagination. She said, yes, I want you to be here. Could you come up and visit? I'm free on Mondays. She starts giving me, I want you to be here. I want to present to you options, opportunities for the people that you want to serve. See, all of our dreams are connected to somebody else. But if you don't dare dream, that person can't even be activated. Your dream activates somebody else. Your dream puts someone else into motion. So listen, you might as well be super excited about this. Check this out. Your dream, every time you dream, every time you are unselfish enough to dream, you're helping someone else. because no dream exists by itself. The seed that wants to become a tree says, I am dreaming of becoming a tree. And guess what? I am going to activate the dirt to do something. I am dreaming of becoming a tree, and I'm going to activate the rain to have a job. I am dreaming of becoming a tree, and I'm going to activate that person to become a gardener. And the gardener is going to need some tools. So I'm activating that person that makes tools. And the company that makes tools is they're going to need some metals and some plastics. So I'm activating that person too. See how this thing works? Your dream is the seed. It's so good. It's such a good thing. There's somebody waiting on you to dream bigger. There's someone waiting on you to become yourself. And what I mean about that is you got to stop downplaying who you are. You got to stop downplaying it, because as long as you downplay who you are, you will never realize who you are. And so you dream bigger. You start to see yourself for who you are. I had to see that I'm a conference speaker. I'm a conference leader. I had to see that. Had to see it. Then I just start doing it. Like, okay, you got to be it before you become it. You have to be it now. Right? One thing I was, listen, let me just tell you, might be TMI, but in the shower, I perhaps give some of my greatest speeches, sermons, talks of all time. Last night, I was going all in. I was fired up in the shower. I had to make sure I ain't slip and fall. I was fired up. I was delivering in the shower. And I started to think I was always talking to the multitudes of those that would listen in the shower. But in my mind, there were millions. I started to talk about how the womb of a woman in its type, in its formation, has been given the gift to give life. Now, I know that there are some women that have run into situations where they're not able to, but I was thinking about how in life there's this birthing process, and how we're all, whether or not you can give birth through natural birth or not, we're all, male and female, pregnant with purpose. See, I had to realize I was pregnant. You're like, Brian, what? You're weird. No, I'm not. Yes, I am. But no, I'm not. I'm like, no, I'm pregnant with something too. I have something on the inside that I need to birth too. There's something in me that needs to be birthed too. This is why it's so important to see value in other people. I needed to be able to look at a woman and see what they go through. And I'm like, wait, that woman, as she's going through this process, it's such an unselfish process. There's something inside of her that is growing, and she has to feed it, and she nurtures it, and she cares for it. And when that thing, here's what I know, when that baby, that child is growing, what I found out was there's this thing that women do, and they start to touch their belly all the time. They're always checking, they're touching, and they're checking, because there's something, and they're aware, they're protecting, they're caring for what's on the inside. And I love it. I love to watch it. There's this protection of it. I'm nurturing something because I have to deliver something, and the baby doesn't get to stay on the inside. And far too long, we keep something on the inside. No. It's meant to get out. We don't have whole grown-up human beings living on the inside of us. No, that's weird. No, at some point the baby has to come out. She's like, no, the baby has to come. No, this baby is not going to be 17 still living on the inside. No, that would be weird. Like, no, you got to go. You got to get out into the world. You have to experience. You need an experience too. So, no, you got to get up out of me. And so there needs to be this delivery process. And what happens? There are people around, perhaps, and they're okay, you got this, and tending to you. And so there's this whole thing. But then there's this point where you got to push. You got to deliver. And that's where it's at right now. Like, The beauty of pregnancy, the beauty of seeing someone be pregnant and watching life come into the world just always reminds me that we are pregnant with purpose. There is purpose inside of you. You're pregnant with purpose. Whether or not your womb can give birth to a physical being or not, mine never will. I know this. My womb will never get birth to a human. It's not going to happen. But I'm still pregnant with purpose. So we got to deliver. You get to bring it. It's going to come through you. You're delivering. This is why we have to discover. Dis means not, cover means conceal, and deliver. That's how I feel now with my purpose. A little scary, honestly. Crafty girl. This is a little scary. Sure. I can believe that. When I was married, I was in the delivery room when those babies were being born. And it's scary. I was on the outside. I wasn't even the one sitting there pushing, and it was scary. I can imagine that the person that is delivering life into the world, who goes to death's door. I think about this. I've said this before. Only Jesus and my mother have shed blood for my life. So there's a process. My mom paid a price to get this big head boy here. She paid a price. I always had a cranium on me. She paid a price. It was a little scary, I'm sure. I was her first. A little scary. She was sitting eating pretzels. I like pretzels to this day. Paying a price. She paid a price to get me here. It's scary. When those babies were born, they were going through the process. It was scary. It was exciting. But guess what? Excitement and fear, like, they produce the same response within the body. That same type of adrenaline rush produces the same. The body doesn't even know the difference. It's interesting how that works out. And so guess what? So you get there and you say, I'm afraid, but I'm gonna go anyway. See, I'm planning. I've done things. Listen, let me just tell you. I told you the other day, every time I turn on these cameras to go live, I'm nervous right before I do it. What if no one shows up? I've had times when I've gone live and no one has showed up. Guess what? Go live anyway. When you start thinking, as I'm thinking, like, all right, having summits and buying, let's try to find 500 plus acres of land. Let's try to find 1,000 acres. I've been watching Yellowstone. I'm like, I need some land in Montana, like John Dutton, like, acres upon acres, because we need to build something. That's beyond me. That's not in my budget. That's not in Brian's budget. Even telling you about it is scary. Why? Because when you open up yourself, then guess what? That's when you can take shots. You know how many people criticize me for talking about women's empowerment? Well, what do you know? I've had women be mad at me about it. Well, what do you know? I'm like, I know I'm willing to show up. I know that I've heard a lot of stories about how, men in their life weren't showing up. I know that I care. I know that I love. I know that. I know that I'm willing to learn. I know I'm willing to work. I know I'm willing to serve. That's what I know. And then for those of you that don't know, I'm like, listen, everything that I've seen about Jesus says that he would have did it too. And so for me, one thing that bothers me in this world is that so many women that I know, they're like, they only believe in Jesus as a good man. And I'm like, oh no, that's terrible. Because I know a lot of men that carry the Bible, men that don't, right? And if Jesus is the only good guy, I'm like, no, then we missing it. The rest of us are missing it. So I'm like, no. Not to take anything away from his shine, but I'm saying, If that's your only hope, that means I've done a terrible job. I want somebody to say, like, listen, man, whatever he believes in, I'm good with it because the love that's in that man is all right. So dream bigger. I mean, listen, not to get all religious, but Jesus said, like, hey, I expect you greater works than the ones I've been doing will you do. When I read that one time in my Bible, I was like, wait. Jesus said greater works than I was like, man, that's quite a standard. Now I got something to work for to do greater works than Jesus. Not because it makes me, because he said it. I ain't make that up. It's in there. I'm like, that's quite a standard. That's quite a standard of serving. Greater works. That means greater love. I'm like, okay, greater love. You got to go greater. You got to pour out even more. You got to serve even more. And here's what I know. Like Jesus didn't have the internet. So I'm like, oh, guess what? I can probably reach more than him right now. So I'm going to serve because there's a lot more love that can be given faster. That's what it's always going to come back to. It's going to come back to love. And so this conversation is a conversation of love because if you dream bigger, what's it going to do? It's going to place a demand on your heart to expand. Who needs you? See, everybody doesn't need me, and I know that. You got to know who you're here for. Somebody needs your chocolate chip cookies. I'm telling you, whoever made Thin Mints, they made them for me. That's what I buy, Thin Mints from the Girl Scouts of America. You got to know somebody. I don't eat the other ones. I like Thin Mints. You got to know, like, who needs your box of cookies? Who needs your speech? Who needs your book? Who needs your dream? Who needs the thing that you've been afraid of? Who needs you? Somebody does. And I'm telling you, like, as I said when I started tonight, the greater, like, the greater the dreams, the more people you need. That's why we need community. Like, being as strong as the weakest link, you know what it means to me? That the weakest link needs to be as strong as the strongest link. Because if your strong links and your weak links have the same strength, doing pretty good. So the one that has been cast aside, the one that feels like I don't have purpose, the one that feels invisible, the one that feels unloved, you know what needs to happen? Oh, I see you. Oh, I love you. Oh, I see value in you. I see purpose in you. Let's discover your dreams. Let's discover your talent. Let's discover hope within you. Let's go. Let's go. There's something in you. See, I know some days some days I do it, some days I don't, but I just gotta tell you just so you know. So if you don't like me, you can just not like me from the start. But when Jesus said, I just love the love that I saw him show, right? He said, what you do to the person that is the least, he's like, that's how you're really treating me. So how do we handle the least of these? How do we handle the person that has been overlooked? The person, like, I've worked with women who have told me, Brian, I haven't looked in a mirror in years because I'm so ashamed of myself. And so you know what I knew? This person needs me. This person needs to feel loved. This person needs me to wipe off the mirror. This person needs me to touch their heart in a way that touches their eyes so that they can see, because they're blind to their brilliance. They're blind to their brilliance. They're blind to their beauty. They're blind right now. But love brings vision. Love brings eyesight. So if I can love this person's heart, if I can care for them in a practical way, before long, that same person, hey, Brian, I bought a new mirror. I bought a new mirror, like a full length one. That's good. To go from not looking in the mirror to I bought a full length mirror, I bought a new mirror. That's good. Somebody needs you. That's why I encourage you to dream bigger. That's why I encourage you to dream bigger. What you have within you, it'll help somebody. And the more you dream, guess what? You won't have to dream alone. I'm looking at Mary T right now. She says, Tears, you did that for me. I'm looking at her right now. And she told me about some of her business dreams. And we talk about it. We start creating names. We've never met face to face, only through text message, been on some Zoom calls. But I know there's going to be a day where I meet Mary T. She lives in Arizona. I'm going to meet her. She's going to be in that parade. I declare it. She's going to be in that parade. Her life changed. Who needs you? Don't get caught up. Don't get caught up thinking, don't get caught up in this whole social media thing where you're chasing how many followers follow you. Be a person of impact. You know what it means to be an influencer? That you can help someone make an adjustment and change in their life. A lot of people aren't really influencers. A lot of people just get people to hit the like button. It's different when you have influence, because if you do, when you leave, that person will say, because of that person, my life is different. Hey, Melzer. So what is that going to look like? Go back to the cookies. Because you showed up with your chocolate chip cookies, that person's life is forever different. Because when they bit your cookie, they had an experience like no other. Come on now. I like chocolate chip cookies. I like cookies. This is why I use this as my example. But whatever your cookie is, you got to find it. You got to find it. Next month, March, is my birthday month. I'm going to be pushing the limits for new things, greater things. This is why we had to talk about love. We have to, because love is the fuel that's going to drive this engine. Love is the vehicle, right? We got to have it. Love is the engine. Love is the fuel. Love is all of it. And then you got to do the work. So dream bigger. This weekend, take some time, dream bigger. Go just do some stuff. Get online. Listen, all your dreams, you can find something online to support a bigger dream. Go look for some more property. Go do this. Go to some open houses. You might be down and out right now, but guess what? Go do an open house. Just go to that open house and just walk through the house and just walk through it. You know what? Yeah, that's good for me. You got to get into a different environment, different atmosphere. Pretty soon, couple days, couple weeks, I'm going to tell you, okay, I went to New York, everybody. I went and looked at the place. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do it. Why? Because we're going somewhere. Hey, Loop, good to see you. That's my daughter. I love you. Love you. I love you. I love you. My daughter, she's a dreamer, but she's a doer too. Let me just tell you, she's like, Dad, I do this stuff. I went and I bought a suturing kit, and I can sew. I'm learning how to sew up stitching and how to suture, right? Suture this. They have the different cuts in it, and so she practices sewing up wounds. Dad, I do this thing with ham radio, and I know how to do it. I'm gonna get certified in that. Dad, I'm gonna be an FBI agent. Dad, we talk guns. Dad, what type of gun? This, that, and the other. Dad, what about, I need a couple new knives. Why? Because my daughter, if she desires to continue to do so, is going to be an FBI specialist. She's going to be a specialist. or whatever she decides to do. If tomorrow she decides that she wants to be a ringling circus leader, she's going to do that. She's going to do whatever it is. And you know what I'm going to tell her? You go, girl. You got that thing. I believe in you. I believe in you. I'm like, if she dreams of a circus, I'm going to say, guess what? Girl, you can have a safari. Whatever. You can be the president of the United States. Whatever. I'm like, girl, please. She'd be a weapons specialist. She'll be taking them bad boys apart in her sleep, blindfolded underwater. Why? Because she's willing to dream and do it. Right now, we've been talking apparel. She has a heat press machine, got her Cameo, got the software. I'm like, hey, boom, let's work on it. Work on your designs. She's doing stuff, making moves. Your gift will make room for you and bring you before great people. So dream bigger. Dream bigger than where you've been. There is enough. There are enough resources in this world to make sure that your dream is fulfilled. Don't look in your bank account right now. You have to dream bigger than your budget. Dream bigger than your bank account right now. On purpose. Like, go ahead and just eliminate your bank account from the equation. Dream bigger than that. It'll change your whole life. Thank you for allowing me to share with you this evening. I hope that you are running around wherever you are, fired up, dreaming about something crazy big, something scary big. Dream something scary big. And just be happy about it. Disney. The more I keep talking about it, let me just tell you, do you know that somebody at Disney is going to hear me talking about this and they're going to say, who is this dude talking about? He's going to have a parade in our amusement park and the whole main street's going to be shut down. Who does he think he is? I know who I am. So therefore, that parade is going to happen. The parade is going to happen. It's going to happen. So I appreciate you all. Let me pray for you. And you don't have to believe what I believe. It's a prayer. It's a blessing. Encouragement. Nothing spooky, nothing weird. Father, thank you for this day that you have made for us to rejoice and be glad in. I just am so glad for days to rejoice and be glad in. Thank you for the opportunities to be in the company and the presence of great people. While we are online, I'm still being blessed by their presence, and I appreciate the opportunity to be in their company. Thank you for them blessing me with moments of their lives. Thank you for allowing me to make some type of deposit into their vessel of honor, their vessel of virtue. Thank you for allowing me to speak into their life. And I pray that something that was said today would be life-changing for someone, that it would spark something brand new and fresh and big, that someone would dare to dream outside of their current budget and bank account and situation, and they would start taking action, believing that what they see in their mind's eye can be accomplished in the physical. I pray for fresh, clear vision. I pray for boldness and courage to dream bigger than ever before. I pray that someone starts to dream and starts to see those that they need in their life, that they dream in such a way that it activates them to start reaching out beyond their comfort zone. I pray that somebody dreams and starts writing the book. I pray that someone dreams and starts creating the recipes. I pray that someone dreams and starts doing whatever it is that has been placed on their heart to make this world a better place, to impact lives. I pray for them to be bold, courageous, strong, knowing that they have the power to change the situations that are around them. So this day, I pray that you would give them the nourishment for what they need and help them to move forward aggressively and unapologetically powerful. I pray that you also give them rest and peace as they go through the weekend. Let them have times of refreshing, times of vision, times of encouragement. And I pray protection. Protection around their heart and mind and body and soul and spirit. Protection. So that they would be guarded. Like a mother protecting the womb. Protect them in the womb of creativity, in the womb of birthing something new. Protect them so that whatever has been deposited within them can be birthed and brought to life. Thank you in advance for what is going to be done. We are eternally grateful. In Jesus' name, amen. Good stuff. I appreciate you all. So, it's time to get on it. Time to get to it. Time to move and do. Be bold. Be courageous. Dream big. Dream bigger. Dream bigger. Someone needs you. I'm excited. I'm excited. And thank you. Let me tell you, being able to share my dreams with you and see you respond and talk about being there, talk about showing up, talking about being a part, talking about bringing to the table. You're like, nah, I can bring this. I can do this. I can do this. That's big time. So thank you. Thank you. We're a bunch of world changers, and I believe it. Have a fantastic evening, fantastic weekend. We'll be back on Monday. Might sneak in over the weekend, but we'll be back, Lord willing. So remember, like Cinderella, we are on the clock. Do something with the time that you have and have a fantastic weekend. I am B.A. Shepherd, 2 P's, A-R-D, reminding you to be a shepherd. The world has enough sheep. Have a fantastic weekend. Good night. Love you much. See ya.